Crystal Palace have a huge decision to make on their striker Jean-Philippe Mateta after an issue was discovered in his knee in a failed medical as he tried to complete a transfer from Crystal Palace to AC Milan. The 28-year-old French striker wants to be part of France's national team squad that goes for the World Cup 2026, but then also Crystal Palace are hell-bent that they want to let the player go. Now, of course, the player did want out of the club, but because he failed that medical, that means that move to AC Milan collapsed. Now the club are caught between a rock and a hard stone on deciding whether to proceed with surgery with a player that they want to get rid of, a player who is 28 years of age, very soon will be turning 29. That means if he goes into surgery, you can never know how long it may take him to recover, and possibly his market value does plummet by the time he does recover. So it's a bit of a hard place to be if you're Crystal Palace, if you're Oliver Glasner, but more importantly, if you're Steve Parish, the Crystal Palace chairman there. So I mean, it's not an easy decision because one, they wanted the resources from ECL to be shifted to the purchase of Dwight McNeil from Everton, a deal they had agreed for about £20 million. But when that deal for his move collapsed to AC Milan, then Crystal Palace went back to Everton to try and renegotiate for a loan with an obligation to buy, something that Everton did refuse to accept. So that deal collapsed on deadline day. But it's a bit of a difficult one for Crystal Palace and Jean-Philippe Mateta to decide. In fact, according to BBC Sport's Sami Mokbel, he did say Crystal Palace sent AC Milan a full medical report on Jean-Philippe Mateta ahead of acceleration of his move. Mateta then failed medical over a knee issue, resulting in the deal collapsing. Player now faces surgery dilemma ahead of the World Cup. Indeed, it is a dilemma, both for the player and for the club. But perhaps the biggest remedy is to solve the issue once and for all. It's not the first time that players have failed medicals. Victor Boniface failed a medical. So it's a bit of a similar situation to that. You know, it doesn't happen very often, but sometimes it does happen that players like this that you get to see play week in, week out, and they look fully fit, they do have, injury issues that they are playing under.